This video is sponsored by Sterling Insurance.
Hi guys, welcome back to Van Conversion 101, the video series where we show you how to convert a van from start to finish.
In our last video, we actually did a little bit of a haul and showed you some of the components that we're going to be putting inside the van. Things like our fridge, our shower tray, our Truma Combi water heater. So yeah, if you want to check that video out, there'll be a link somewhere on the screen.
We also have a product list for all the products that we used in our previous van, which may be helpful for some of you. So I will leave a link on the screen here as well. In today's video, we are doing something really exciting. We are getting our bulkhead wall up, which you actually can kind of see in this video.
Yeah, it's this one here. There's also a bit of a sneak peek because that is our bathroom wall behind us that we've just finished.
We're also doing this whole van conversion over on TikTok and Instagram. So if you prefer short form videos or you want to see more of the behind the scenes kind of stuff, then definitely go check those out.
Okay, so let's get started. Here are all the tools and materials that we used to build our bulkhead wall.
Okay, so today we are starting on the task of building our bulkhead wall. You may have seen in our previous video that we started doing all the battening and we've done most of that, so you can probably watch that video now. I'll put a link on the screen. But we can't really do the battening on this side of the van because we need to build the bulkhead wall first, which is what we're going to do today, or what we're going to start doing today, because let's be honest, we're definitely not going to finish it today. We've got our van model here, and we did do a video on building your own van model as well, which was one of our first videos in this series. So again, if you want to check that out, then you can. I'll put another link on the screen. But we're using that to draw on where things will be around this bulkhead area, because we need to know where drawers and stuff will come out so that we can put battens in the right place. Oh my god, my arms are getting tired. I actually did arms at the gym yesterday, which I never do. So we've just made this structure. Basically the drawer, one of our drawers will come out here. So that's why there's a big gap there.
Yeah, we've kind of not gone for this bottom horizontal bit, just so that we can maximise the depth of this drawer. Pull all the way out to right here.
And now we're gonna screw everything together? Screw this together?
Yeah, we can screw this lot together, and then we're going to do another layer, and then we're going to have to think about how we're going to put our door in here. Yeah.
So I'm just going to start screwing together this frame that we measured up. This is the bottom horizontal piece, and this is the bit going up the right hand side. So this is going to be screwed into the floor, and we're just going to screw these bits together, and then the other vertical bits, all of it together.
Just screw it together.
We're going to use a little bit of wood glue. We've got some 80mm wood screws. We're just going to do pilot hole, countersink, screw them in. And then yeah, hopefully we'll have a nice strong wall. We are like building this structure first, and then we're going to put it up rather than doing it, you know, as we go. Here's the frame for the bulkhead wall. This piece will go just about to the top of the cab seat. So we're going to have a door / window up here that we can get through in the case of emergencies, and also that we can open just to let light into the back of the van. And then we're also going to have another door up here which will go into our bulkhead storage area. So I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what I'm going to do for those doors, because it's not something that I've done before. Basically, I was quite keen to use a single piece of wood that we could make like a nice decorative door, and we could then slide back into this section here, which is going to be behind the shower wall. Now the width of this gap here is just under 400mm, which means we need to use a hardwood that grows large enough so that you can cut planks that are 400mm in width. This obviously ruled out a lot of the wood that I've worked with in the past, which is mostly pine and softwoods. So I went down to Arnold Labour, which is the local cheap wood yard, and got a sheet of this. This is red oak, 400mm in width. They only sell it in full length, so I got 2.4 meters, which is quite big and heavy, but my thinking is we can just use it for various other bits around the van, like the windowsills and things like that. It's got a nice grain pattern. It was relatively cheap, and it's very easy to stain as well, which is good, so we can kind of make it whatever color we want. We bought this board rough sawn, so it didn't look like this at the start. We have had to do some processing. So I ran it through the planer that we've got here in the workshop a couple of times so that we got this nice smooth finish, and also got it down to just under 25 mil in thickness as well, so it'll fit nicely within the wall. Once it was all planed, I've then cut down 2 pieces, one for this main cab door here and one for the smaller door into the bulkhead storage area.
So what we're going to do now is router the bottom and the top edge of these pieces of wood so that they fit into another routed channel in the frame
Of the bulkhead wall.
Yeah, so that it can slide nicely across when we want to open it and close it. So yeah, that's what we're going to do now.
So we've got a nice little lip there. So what I'm also going to do is router a channel along this batten here, so the door will sit in like that and just slide back and forth. What I've also just done is marked out where I am going to router this channel to. So I think the end point is going to be there. So the door will be able to slide up to that point there. Sit like that on the wall. That here, that's the mark where the shower is going to come to. So I've positioned it so that the door is halfway, roughly, between the end of the wall and the bathroom wall here. And then when it slides back in, it's not going to go the whole way in. It'll go to this point here. So you'll still have about 5 centimeters of it visible so that you can, grab the handle, pull it back into place.
We just wanted to take a minute to thank our sponsors for the Van Conversion 101 series, Sterling Insurance.
It can be really hard to find insurance for a van conversion, especially when you're doing all of the work yourself and if it's something that's a little bit bespoke and custom. But thankfully, Sterling will offer comprehensive cover for a range of weird and wonderful van conversions. So whatever your project looks like, I'm sure they've got a policy for you.
We also had a really tough time finding insurance when we were doing our first van conversion because we were both ages 25 and under.
And we also wanted to spend extended periods traveling around Europe, which is not that easy at the moment.
But Sterling's customer service team made the whole process so simple, and the insurance that we got in the end covered everything.
Even if you are living in your van permanently and you don't have a fixed address, that's not a problem with Sterling Insurance. As long as you have somewhere to send your mail, you can get a policy with them. Your policy can include personal possessions cover for up to £2,000 and can also include optional extras like breakdown cover and protection for things like your camping gear.
Thanks to Sterling, we've been able to build some incredible vans and travel to some amazing places, all while feeling safe and looked after. So if you're doing a van conversion or are heading off on an adventure, then check out Sterling Insurance. There's a link in the description down below.
All right, here's how we're looking. This is the wall behind me.
So you can see I've built most of the frame now. I've left space there at the bottom for a drawer that's going to come out all the way from under that seat. We're going to have a nice long drawer for storing shoes and whatever. And then we've got our 2 doors here. So this will be the shower. The rest of this frame is going to be covered up with plywood to kind of make it a complete wall. And then we're going to have a door into the bulkhead storage area up here. And then this one is the door into the cab / window. Ooh. That one is a little bit stiff. I think just because I put this bit on now, it's pushing down a little bit on it. So I need to take it off again when I do the decorative design that we're going to put on here. So I'll probably loosen that one up a bit. But this one's working really nicely. It slides back and forth. I've got it so that they stop there. The plywood wall is going to come up to about here. So you're still going to have this little bit visible. So we're going to put a handle in the side that you can use to, pull the door back across. In either case.
We were initially thinking that we were going to match the door handles that are going on here to the handles that we're putting on the kitchen cabinets. But instead, because we're doing like a nice wood carving on here, I think what we're going to do is just make like a recessed wooden handle. So I'll just router out a nice oval in the side here that you can use to, you know, put your fingers in and open the door. Now I've kind of demonstrated that it works, and we've got, you know, the points up here where it's going to attach into the side of the wall. You can see I've made some pocket holes here as well. So it will hopefully be nice and, you know, connected when it's done. I now need to take this bit off and this top bit here so that I can, you know, release the doors, and then I'm going to put those handles in and talk about the wood carving that we're going to do. I like the look of it so far. It's kind of bigger than the last one that we had, so we're not going to need to absolutely cram ourselves through it if we ever need to get into the cab. Also, we're going to have a seat here, so there'll be like a step up that you can go through. So again, yeah, a little bit more comfortable. This one's kind of the same as what we had last time, except we had, you know, a door that came up like that, whereas this time it's going to slide away, which I think is a little bit nicer. And I'm going to need to put some plywood in between here just to kind of box that out. What I'm going to do now, and the reason that we've done this, is I wanted to make like a decorative carving on these wooden doors. It's not something that I've ever done before, so I'm going to be going into this as a complete beginner. But yeah, I wanted to do a little bit of wood carving and kind of make it into like a wavy design. I've seen some people do it similarly before. And the way that they actually did most of the carving was with one of these. So it's an angle grinder wood removal disc. It's quite thick and chunky, and you should be able to use this to kind of remove material and turn it into like a nice wood carving pan.
First time that I'm seeing like the bulkhead wall with the sliding doors in, and they look so good. So I'm going to show you. Will has done an amazing job with these. Got the one up here and it slides really nicely, and then also this one here. And basically he said that there is a gap all the way around where we're going to put like a little lip that kind of sticks out a little bit so you don't see the edge as much, if that makes sense. The coat on this is, I think it's Rubio monocoat. Truthfully, it came out a little bit darker than we would have liked, maybe. And I think that might be because our wood is red oak. So it kind of came out a little bit red, but I like it. I think it still looks nice. The process for that sort of oiling the boards and everything, I will put up now, but Will said that it was a really easy process. Someone in the workshop did say to make sure that you sort of throw away the rags outside of the building as soon as you do it, because apparently it's like super when it's in like its wet form. Also in the bottle it came green, which is really interesting, and the green looked really green when Will put it on, but actually it turned out perfectly. So yeah, they look so good.
It slides so nicely.
Like honestly, they look amazing. I really love that.
That's cool. Yeah. I think that it's possibly a bit darker. Yeah, I am. I'm very pleased with how they turned out. I think they look really nice.
So like with a lot of videos, we realized that this one was getting quite long, so we decided to cut it into 2 parts. So obviously we've just finished actually building the structure of our bulkhead wall. The next video will be all about actually finalizing it.
Yeah, there are a few other smaller bits like the bulkhead storage area up at the top. We've got some side pieces that we need to put in because the forward transit is horrible.
Yeah, and actually the bulkhead storage has a really cool extra bit of storage in there as well, which will be in the second video too.
As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If there's anything that you want to see us do, or if you have any questions, please do leave them in the comments.
If you enjoyed watching this, then definitely give us a follow. We really appreciate it. As mentioned at the beginning of this video, we are also doing this fan conversion over on TikTok and Instagram. So if you're not already following us over there, then definitely go check those out.
All right, see you in part 2.
Bye.